The Brave and the Bold presents Batman and Man-Bat, issue 119. Batman and Man-Bat, Gotham City racetrack, where a screaming horde of humanity exalts to thundering hoofs, soaring jumps, and crashing downfalls, and where a two-legged human legend watches not the gallant four-footed thoroughbreds, but the frenzy of his own kind. Batman, a horse is down. It's Augie Moran's. Moran's yelling his brains out, Commissioner. He's so afraid of losing this race, when the real danger is he may lose his life. The Sport of Kings kicks off this saga of rogues and renegades, murder and pursuit as the masked manhunter and his old nemesis, the sinister and unique Man-Bat, battle horrendous odds to crush an octopus of crime and settle once and for all their own deadly duel. When comes the command? Bring back Killer Crag. Part 1. Death Wears Polka Dots. Moran's horse is up. Jockey remounted and is back in the race. Moran's luck is holding. Now, if he can just avoid the crime syndicate's top hitman, Killer Crag. Crag was given the contract on Moran by Dolph Rossi, the syndicate chief, and Crag never fails. Moran insisted on seeing his horse run today, giving Crag a good chance for the hit. But we've got the entire track staked out, guards everywhere. We ran tight security on everyone, stable hands, jockeys, even the hot dog vendors. Yeah, this is one time Max Craig is not going to fulfill a contract to kill. They're taking the last jump. Moran's horse is trying to catch up. Here comes the finish. He didn't make it. Moran's hopping mad. He'll chew that jock out plenty for falling. And as the horses jog back to the unsaddling area, you clumsy clown, where'd you learn to ride? Hey, you're not my jockey. Right, Moran, and this is the real finish line. Stop him. Sometime later, it's crazy. How could Crag take Moran's jockey's place in the middle of a race and then kill Moran? Eddie the Angel here, the real rider, can tell us. Well, I'm taking that tough water jump when a guy wearing the exact same racing silks as me pops up on the jump's far side, scaring my horse, and down we go. I scramble up, and the same joker slugs me. When I come to, my nag is gone, and so's that phony jock. Max Craig. He must have hid there overnight and knew the jump would shield him even from the film patrol cameras. He remounts, takes off after the rest of the horses. Win or lose, Moran would be waiting to greet his horse at the finish, an easy target. He hits Moran, then a quick jump into the parking lot and his getaway car, leaving his phony jock outfit behind. Clever, and like all his other contracts, Crag didn't leave a single clue we can arrest and convict him on. Yeah, he wore racing goggles, so I couldn't identify him, but jocks have strong hands, and while we struggled, I pulled these off his wrists. Red hair? Craig's. Commissioner, have him picked up at once. But a few hours later at Gotham Airport, what? You let Craig get away on a jet to Santa Cruz? That crummy little voodoo dictatorship in the Caribbean? But Batman, the arrest order came too late, by just a few minutes. He must have been tipped we were going to arrest him. His boss, Dolph Rossi, has spies everywhere. Bad luck. Uncle Sam has no extradition treaty with Santa Cruz. Its ruler, Domingo Valdez, the Black Napoleon, hates the U.S. and will never give up Craig. This time, we can convict Craig and maybe make him rat on Rossi. If we can just get him back. Commissioner, I'm going to extradite him myself, illegally. What mad, desperate plan is the Batman hatching? The following day, you see this? Moran's wife is offering 100 G's to anyone who will bring back her husband's murderer from Santa Cruz. She can't do this. It'll attract eager beaver bounty hunters, and Domingo Valdez, the Black Napoleon, will be waiting to trap them now that he's well alerted. Traps that could snare me. But I'm still going. Killer Crag's going to face justice. 2 days later, Two XCI agents heading for Santa Cruz to bring back Killer Crag and win that bounty. Great story. While alone in a lab in Gotham City's Natural History Museum, a man contemplates a vial of strange serum. $100,000. I could never earn that amount of money as a curator of nocturnal mammals. Yes, it is Kirk Langstrom, an old foe and ally of the Batman, who now ponders in the dead of night. Money for further research into my specialty, becoming the greatest crime fighter of all time, greater even than Batman. As Langstrom drains the vial of bat gland extract, an amazing and shocking metamorphosis occurs, with powers even he doesn't possess. The true power of the order Chiroptera, the only flying mammal as Man-Bat. The next moment, the bizarre creature that was a scholarly museum curator flits out and into the velvet shroud of night. Killer Crag, your nemesis is on the way. Man-Bat hunts again. And as Kirk Langstrom challenges destiny once more, the man he vows to surpass begins his own fateful journey. This weather plane's taken me as close to Santa Cruz as is safe. It's all up to me now. Killer Crag, here I come. Three sets of hunters converging on a dark and forbidden island nation seething with what hidden snares. At this moment, in a fantastic fortress crouched on a jungle peak, I don't like it, Valdez, having a bounty on my head. You better make sure I'm well protected. The big boss Rossi pays you plenty to keep yourself in power here and provide a hideout for syndicate guys in trouble. See, Craig, that he does, and I have always kept my end of the bargain. I have no love for Uncle Sam. I once wore chains in a stateside prison. Relax. The fortress is impregnable. Here I am the absolute lord of all men's destinies. End of part one. Part two, Island of Blood. Now, dropping down in the blackness, a lone man peers intently at the faint glimmer below. The Santa Cruz coastal waters. Better unhook and free dive the remaining 50 feet. Don't want to get tangled in the chute. Unbuckling, the Batman drops toward the calm sea. Rana, Giganta! As he surfaces to get his bearings, he is ringed by sudden brilliant light. Rana, Giganta! Rana, Giganti! And before the masked manhunter can dive, wounded, the Batman cannot submerge and awaits the next and final spear when there is a rush of wings and. Shortly, on the beach, inside an old gun bunker left from World War II submarine defense, Man-Bat, you here? Yes, my friend. It seems we seek the same quarry, Killer Crag. Lucky thing I spotted those native fishermen spearing you for the giant frog they thought you were. For you, the hunt is already ended. Rest and Man-Bat will bring Crag to justice. For mine are the superior true powers of the bat, not simulated like yours. No, Langstrom, wait! But as the incredible mutant melts into the darkness, can't let that mixed up flying freak outdo me. He's on a money and ego trip. There's only one crime fighting Batman, yours truly. Yet, as he stumbles weakly outside, Valdez's honchos got the bush blocked. I'll have to try the water again. Seeking the cover of the warm shadows, the Batman notices a darker patch on the light coral bottom. A blue hole. They often lead from the coast waters and connect with interior ponds. Could be my passage past the patrols. The next moment, the wounded and still weak masked manhunter flippers down into the blue hole. Oh, great! A traffic circle and no signs which way. Suddenly, a huge, silent shape glides past. A great white shark. Lucky his bad eyes didn't spot me, but maybe I can use them. Grasping the awesome killer's tail, the Batman is now rushed along like an express train. Like I figured, he can't turn in this narrow tunnel to get at me. But what happens when we reach the end? Talk about grabbing a tiger by the tail. Faster, ever faster, the 20-foot sea scourge churns down the twisting tunnel until, open water, this is it. With all his strength, the Batman backflips into the shallows of a large brackish pond as he slammed into the coral. A moment later, I'm well into the island's interior. Next stop, the fortress. What's that? Drums? A signal or what? Something else has heard those same drums and is much closer to them. A voodoo rite. Perhaps I can turn it to my own advantage. Ah! The Bat God visits. Bat God! Bat God! Hear me. There are two men of white skins carrying guns. They try to go to the fortress. They must not reach there. I command they be stopped. Those two former CIA men are somewhere in the area, but now I've got some willing allies who will slow them down. And with Batman out of the hunt, the bounty and the glory will be mine, alone. Shortly, looming atop the massive series of jungle covered ledges, the fortress. But it would be foolhardy to fly all that distance exposed to its guns. There must be another way. A cave, and if I recall my college geology, it could lead deep into the mountain, closer to my goal. Inside the huge grotto, using my bat sonar or echo sensing powers, I can navigate through this maze like a bat. But suddenly a thousand eyes, a thousand screaming, fang filled mouths converge on the amazing mutant. Vampire bats! Ravenous, bloodthirsty destruction, and then a light flooding the cavern. The vampire bats, confused, frightened, leaving me. And as the torn and battered man beast flutters downwards toward the savior light, Batman! Yes, Langstrom. Good thing I chose the same route to the fortress and had this flare in my utility belt. Diphylla vampirus. They prey mainly on animals, rarely on men, and being in my animal form, I was fair game. I should have guessed they'd be here, being a nocturnal mammal expert myself. Sure, except your hunger for that bounty and need to outdo me blinded your judgment. Now, what do you say we cut this crazy competing and team up to get Killer Crag, and I'll see you get your fair share of credit. All right, maybe I have been too arrogant. Not long after, as the bizarre pair emerges from the cavern's gloom, somebody spotted us. It's them, those two former CIA agents. They must have us in their gun sights. For what seems an eternity, and his mutant ally freeze until Batman moves ahead cautiously. They're dead. End of part 2. Part 3, Wings of Vengeance. Well, Langstrom, it's just you and me left to get Crag now. The voodoo celebrants, they must have done it, but I only asked they be stopped, not this. That's a big chunk of guilt you can lug around. Now let's move on before we meet the same end. Not long after, that's the only way into the fortress via that mule train track. Your appearance would panic those mules, but a Batman might not. So if you stay here, and if I get inside, I'll signal you later. Then, as the last muleteer passes his hiding place, Batman slithers from the grass and. But as the masked manhunter is borne up a zigzag path in the precipice, Man-Bat is perched closer to the fortress wall. It's just a quick jump over here, right over, and inside. No one would spot me if I move quickly, and I can make up for my other mistakes. Tensing his powerful mutant muscles, Man-Bat springs. Nets! And as Man-Bat struggles like an entangled fly, you got him, Valdez. But how'd you know a weirdo like that was even around? When I heard one of my superstitious voodoo practicing soldiers muttering about a bat god, I had the nets installed. Yet we know Batman is also here in Santa Cruz and is probably seeking entry to my fortress. But he would choose another way. That mule train. A few minutes later, ho, muleteer! Shove the mules over the cliff one by one. Huh? I obey, great one. Have you gone crazy, Valdez? Mind your tongue, Crag. Valdez could cut it out for you. As each pack animal is hurled from the narrow trail, that devil Valdez, he suspects I'm here. Nothing else to do but give myself up. Ah, the Batman as I thought. Bring him in, along with his furry comrade. Shortly. Nice work, Valdez. Now let's kill 'em both. My bargain was to protect you. That I have done. No, these two pawns are another bigger game. They are both hostages, and Uncle Sam can only ransom them by recognizing my government and sending to Santa Cruz a full fledged ambassador. If not, they die. Hey, pretty smart, Valdez. And when the ambassador gets here, we still have our little fun anyway, right? What a devilish scheme. And we're helpless. I'm truly sorry. This is all my fault. I should have obeyed you. Too late, Langstrom, and I don't want to hear any more out of you, you ego mad nightmare. Time passes while a cunning dictator awaits the reply to his blackmail offer. No word from your government. I wait 24 more hours, and then Valdez's patience is exhausted. Another day crawls by, and now two caged beings view what could be their final dawn. The ultimatum time is up. The ambassador will not be sent. Your government claims you both acted on your own, illegally, and will not be pressured. So be it. Open the Batman's cage first. He will prove the easier target for our sport. But the next moment, it's the wrong cage. No, he has become a bat beast also. They are both free. Soldiers, shoot, kill them. I'll get them. I never fail. No, stay back. Valdez, save me, help me. Fire, fire, you imbeciles. No, don't do it. They'll drop me. I'll die. The soldiers are so shocked they fire erratically instead of taking careful aim. Many miles later, as a familiar coastline looms, America. It worked, Batman. Passing you that vial of Batglanz serum I had in my pocket to change you into another Man-Bat. Yes, Langstrom, it was a wild, long shot that paid off. But I can't wait to use the anti-Bat serum to return to being plain old Batman. Much later. Fantastic. Craigbot back by you and that weirdo Man-Bat, and it's spilling his guts enough to send that big boss, Rossi, away for good. But I don't see what Professor Kirk Langstrom could have possibly done to help you on a mission like this. Oh, let's say he gave me a few bat tips. Shall we let it go at that, Commissioner? The end.